Let's look at the User Permission Assignments Report and Editing Interface. This is all about users, profiles, permission set groups, and permission sets and how they are connected. So first, you're going to want to select a group of users, and you just pick up any group of users that you want to work with, and they'll appear in the list at left. When you click on a user, you will see the profiles, permission set groups, and permission sets that are connected to that user. And so you can very quickly move through a group of users, looking at what's currently available, and you can also make changes to any one of the users. So for example, let's reassign the profile, permission set groups, and permission sets for that user. It'll show you what it's going to do. You click OK, and those are actually changed in the org. You can also focus on any one of these lists. So let's focus, instead of users, on profiles. Now, profiles aren't related to permission set groups or permission sets, so these columns are inactive. But when you select a profile, you will see the users that can be reassigned to that profile. So, for example, any one of these users could then be moved into the marketing profile with an assignment. When you have a selected profile, you can right-click the focus list and edit, delete, or duplicate that profile. If you choose to edit it, you can very quickly change the profile name and all of the permissions in that particular profile. So this is a very rapid way of architecting permissions. Since this is actually being done on a live org, you probably want to do this on a sandbox and use our deployment tools to move these changes into production. But this is a really quick way to get things roughed into shape. Let's look at permission set groups. When you focus on this column, any group that you select will show the permission sets assigned to that group and which users that group has been assigned to. So once again, a very quick way to see how everything's connected, and then you can edit permission set groups, delete them, create them, and duplicate them. So if you edit, you can then change the name, the label, and the description. If you focus on permission sets, it's going to do what you expect. You can click on any one of the permissions, and it'll show you which permission set groups that has been added to and which users it's been assigned to directly. And once again, you can make changes as needed, save the assignments, it'll tell you what it's going to do, and there you go. We have two other very powerful features that automate creating permission set groups and merging similar profiles, and I want to show you those next. If you're going to create a group, it lets you select permission sets that you think are rather similar and belong together in a group. And then you can calculate the assignments. And what this will do is show you the users that are assigned to both of those permission sets. So in this particular case, we have 4 users that are using both of these permission sets. So now I can give the permission set a new name. And click the Create Group button, and it will take these 2 permission sets, bundle them into a permission set group that it creates, and assign that group to these 4 users, and then remove the old assignments. So when we're done with this, the result is that we've created a new permission set group and removed the assignments from those other old permission sets. And now none of the permissions have changed, but we've created a permission set group. And if we go back to assign permissions, you'll see here's the new permission set group that I just created. Here's the 2 permission sets that are assigned to the group, and here's the users that are now assigned to that permission set group. So very powerful way to automatically create permission set groups out of permissions that are often used together. Now I want to show you the capability to merge profiles. What this lets you do is select any profiles that you think are pretty similar, and then you can calculate the replacements. And what this does is it calculates what would happen if you merged these 2 profiles to their minimum permissions and then created permission set groups that make up the difference. So in this case, we could combine these two profiles into one new profile, but we would create two new permission set groups, one with 11 permissions and one with 9 permissions. So you can see that these two profiles were in fact very similar and could be combined with just some new permission sets. And then we can give these the names that we want, the name of the new profiles, and merge those profiles. So now let's look at a different situation where we're looking at an admin profile and a marketing profile. Let's calculate the replacements for that. So we could merge these two profiles, but look at this. That admin profile requires a permission set with 309 permissions. So that's a lot, and that's happening because these profiles are really quite different. So by using this tool, you can apply judgment and figure out which profiles you want to merge and where you want to create new permission sets. At the end of the day, none of the user's permissions are changed at all, and all of these permission sets and profiles are reassigned properly after the profile merger. All right, let's look at the reports that we can generate. So go to the Select Report tab, and we have a bunch of great reports. You can look at users and profiles, users and permission sets, users and permission set groups and users, and all of the different combination of these junction objects that you might want to see. And we even have a roll-up report, which is all of the permission assignments, which show you the profiles, permission set names, permission set groups that are assigned to the selected group of users. So very powerful reporting interface. And as usual, you can just check the reports that you really want to look at, and the Display Report tab will have a roll-up of all of those reports for you. All right, that is an overview of the User Permission Assignments report and editing interface.